My friends, tonight, I want to talk plainly and simply about something that touches the lives of every American, not in theory, but in practice. I want to speak with you about money, what it is, how it works, and why so much of what we've been told about it is simply not true. Let me begin with a principle as old as our republic. It comes from John Adams, a man who helped build this nation from the ground up. He wrote, "That principle, that government exists to serve all of us, is what we now call the moral algorithm. And when we forget it, when we let fear or greed or false beliefs take its place, we all suffer." So tonight, I want to talk with you about how the economy really works in a modern world. One where money no longer comes from gold, but from trust, law, and democracy. I want to explain what economists call modern monetary theory, or MMT. And I want to tell you what it means for you. We've all heard it. We can't afford this. There's no money left for schools, for roads, for healthcare, for clean water. We have to tighten our belts. But here's the truth. The United States government cannot run out of money. It is the issuer of the US dollar. Just as a referee can never run out of points at a ball game, our government cannot run out of dollars. It creates them legally and responsibly to serve you, to serve us all. This is not a radical idea. It's an observation of how money works today. And it comes from a school of thought called modern monetary theory. What is money really? Once upon a time, money was a shiny thing, gold or silver, something you could dig out of the ground. But now, money is a promise, a public agreement. It's created by the government, spent into the economy, and later taxed back to manage balance, not to pay bills. Why does money have value? Because we accept it. And why do we accept it? Because we all have to pay our taxes in it. This is the core of chartalism, the state theory of money. Money works because the government says, you must use this to pay us. And that gives it demand, not because it's shiny, but because it's required. So when someone says, how will you pay for it? The real answer should be, do we have the workers, the machines, the materials to do it? Because if we do, we can afford it. And if we don't, we need to build those up. Inflation isn't the collapse of an economy, it's a warning sign. A flashing light that says, you're starting to push past your real capacity. If we're short on housing, then building more will raise prices. If we're short on nurses and we raise hospital pay, prices may go up. But that's not a reason to stop, it's a reason to plan. When we still have people out of work and machines sitting idle, we're not at our limit. We're leaving value on the table. We're wasting lives, wasting potential, and dimming the light of our future. The failure of trickle-down. For over 40 years, we've been told a story. Cut taxes on the rich, deregulate the market, and somehow magically the benefits will trickle down to everyone else. But here's what really happened. Wages stagnated, jobs left, the middle class shrank, and the wealthy took more than ever before. This wasn't an accident. It was the result of choosing policies that violated the moral algorithm. It put the private interest of a few above the public good of the many. Modern economics, MMT included, tells us clearly, prosperity grows from the bottom up, not the top down. 6. What could we do instead? Now imagine a government that truly worked for the people. A government that used its spending power to guarantee a job to anyone who wants one, invest in public health, education, and climate resilience, build modern rail, clean energy, and digital infrastructure, end hunger, end homelessness, expand opportunity. This is not fantasy, it is policy. And it is possible when you understand how money actually works. 7. A call to moral government. John Adams told us the measure of a just government, the protection, safety, prosperity, and happiness of the people. Let us reject the lie of scarcity and embrace the promise of shared abundance. Let us measure every policy by this one question. Does it serve all of us, or just a privileged few? That is how the economy works. That is how democracy must work. And that, my friends, is the pathway to a more perfect union. Good night, and may the common good guide us forward.